Welcome to the Let's Talk Food podcast, where we have deep conversations about anything and everything surrounding with food. I'm your host, Chef April Fontenot. What is up, guys? I hope you guys are having a great weekend and a great week. I'm doing the same. I'm hanging in there today, guys. I have something very, very special planned for you. I have another special guest on this show today. And the topic of the episode tonight, guys, by the way, is Love, Land, and Livestock, a family's farms recipe for a greener planet. And today's special guest, she's the co-founder of Rosegaar Feed. Inge Rosegaar is reimagining the future of dairy, building modern Ontario from operations that include both conventional and robotic milking while keeping family values and animal care front and center. And the work behind Rosegaar Feed focuses on cleaner, more consistent, chemical-free, highly digestible nutrition so farmers can have more control and build healthier, more resilient herds. Please help me welcome the one, the only Miss Inge Rosegaar, guys.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, and thank you for asking. I hope you're doing great as well. And thank you so much for joining the show today and blessing us with your presence. Yeah, I am so super excited. If you are new to the show, welcome, welcome, welcome. Where we love one another and support one another, and you join the community of like-minded folk from food lovers, art lovers, science lovers, health junkies, entrepreneurs, you name it, guys. The Let's Talk Food podcast is where it's at. Like I said, I got super excited because I've never had a farmer on the show before, and this is really exciting for me. So if you are excited about healthier planet, greener planet, or our milk supply, this is the episode for you guys. Where are you from, Mrs. Rosegar, and where do you currently reside?
Hello, my name is Inga. We're from Arthur, Ontario. We're milking about 500 cows, and our passion is the cleanest feed possible.
That is so amazing. 500 cows, guys. Can you believe that? 500. It sounds like you're doing an amazing job. And by the way, I had a chance to check out your beautiful YouTube channel. And guys, Mrs. Rosegar and her family are doing an amazing job with their farm. The animals look healthy and happy. You've got to check it out. But we'll get more into that later before the end of the segment here to learn more of how you can connect with Miss Rosegar and her family, guys. So, what was the moment or experience that made you realize dairy farming needed a new kind of future, one that blends tradition with innovation?
Yeah, so our passion for feed started with a soy extruder. Cows need protein, just like humans. They are vegetarians, so our protein sources are from soybeans, canola, or sunflower. So when you feed these grains whole, it's too much oil. So conventionally, when you send it to the big factories, they extrude the oil with hexane. And that's really unhealthy for the animal. And hexane is basically a diesel that they use to extract the oil. So long story short, it's terrible for the cows. They get food problems. You have to add buffers into the feed to keep them healthy. So when you replace this process with mechanically extruded soy meal and canola meal, you get 100% better feed. So the cows are more fertile, they have better health, their feet are better, and they have less chances of infections. So this passion just makes a lot of sense. Getting as healthy of a cow as possible.
I don't think I visited a farm since I was a little girl. So, like I said, I'm just really excited about this episode. But hexing, I've never heard of it. And for those of you that are listening, if you're into farming or if you're a farmer yourself, you're probably familiar. It's really interesting that you stated that the cows, their feet are the main part of their body that needs to be taken care of. That's the way that they have the milk pump. I like how you broke it down and explained for those that are not familiar with hexing. So speaking of that, you run both conventional and robotic milking systems. How do those two worlds work together? And what surprised you most about bringing robotics into a family run farm?
Yeah, so on the home farm, we have the conventional parlor where we milk 14 cows at a time, one side at a time. We milk them 3 times a day and we bring them to the parlor. This is a really steady routine. We milk every day from at 4, 12, and 8. So 8-hour stretches. And in
Uh-huh.
between, they are fed. They get to lay down and drink water. And on the other farm, we have 3 robots there. So it's free will, which is really nice. The cows, they start up really good because they love the pellets, the
Mhm.
feed that the robot gives. When we first got them, we felt like we were getting beat by the robot. It felt kind of yeah, it was not a nice feeling that you can be replaced by the robot. But with
Oh, yeah.
time, no, it was a little bit not good for your ego, but with time, the robot can be tricky if it's broken and you're not there on time, you don't
Mhm.
fix it on time, and then you really let the cows down because they want to get milked. And so we love the steady rhythm, the touch, and it's more reliable on the home farm with the parlor. That's what we've learned.
When I saw the robotic, I was like, "What?" Farming has stepped its game up, right? And I can relate or understand where you're coming from. It's kind of the same with the chef world. I did a segment, I think like last year, on the future of artificial intelligence and AI and how it's taking over. And this reminded me of that. Yes, we have all of this new technology. It's great to have, but we definitely still need some human interaction, especially with your career. You want to interact because, right, the cows, you don't know how they're going to feel, or the robots may break down. But that, if I was on the outside looking in, or someone thinking of a cleaner environment, the Rosegaar Farm Feed, wow, they're doing a great thing. And not only for the community, but for the planet. Now, you said that animal care is at the center of everything. What does that look like your day to day, and how does technology support and not replace that commitment?
Yeah, so we use technology everywhere. So our
Hmm.
feed, we use computers to make sure that the diet is consistent every day. We use scales, automatic batching. We also have technology for heat detection. So heat detection is all about fertility and getting them pregnant. And it is 100% technology. It's really great. You get a list of the heifers and cows who are pregnant, and the consistency is really great with technology. This year, we also installed an electrical panel that we are
Okay.
able to control the curtains. So that is fresh
Huh.
air coming in. We have the scrapers on there. So the electricity for the scrapers is controlled by it. And the lights, they turn off when it's bright enough outside because you do want light in the barn because that stimulates milk. So it's really technology is everywhere, making the quality of life for the animal that much better.
It sounds like your farm and your cows are just living the life. They're comfortable, but I like how you and your family are making it a really great experience so you can have greater results with your farm and the cows. If they're happy, then they're going to supply healthier milk. Now, I know you stated earlier that you have 500 plus cows. A farm of that size, how many folks are actually out day to day helping along with the technology?
That's a great question. We have 7 full-time workers who are helping us out. So one person, he does feeding. So he starts the day off nice and early, 4 a.m. He's
Hmm.
out there feeding the cows. There's about 4 who rotate the milking shifts, and then the another guy who goes to the robot. So the robot farm does take a lot less labor. It's pretty much bringing the feed and checking out the robots. So yeah, we have 7 full-time guys, and then the family helps as well. So it's me and my husband and Oma, my mother-in-law, who still bikes around all day. We're teaching the next generation. It's really what we're all about. They have to do the chickens, they have to do lambs, and we make them come to the calves every morning just to get that rhythm of doing chores, and it makes them feel really helpful. And feeding calves is such a tender job. You have to have patience and love, and you have to see if they're sick. And yeah, that's our people.
That sounds like a really happy environment. And I'm sure the folks that are helping out, they enjoy what you do. I love how it sounds close knit family environment, but you also have a team of employees or farm workers that are there to support. Along with the technology, it's great to have the staff because, again, we definitely need that human interaction. The cows, I'm sure they want to interact with humans, and you guys exchange the love and the care, and they know who their owners are. your system of employees. Like most farms, do you offer where folks can come and visit, like field trips or anything of that sort?
Yeah, so last month we had our dairy 4-H, the local 4-H
Oh,
come, and it was all about feed. So we looked at the milk cow ration and the calf ration and the dry cows. And that's really
wow.
great to have the interaction with the kids and teaching them
Yeah.
where we're going. Yeah, it was really great.
That's amazing. I know most farms will display, hey, this is how a farm is run and how it goes. Now, you talk about giving farmers more control and helping them build healthier herds. What does control mean in the modern dairy world, and why is it so important right now?
So, farmers, to give them control over their feed, as a farmer, you want to ensure that your cows are getting the highest quality ingredients. So, high quality proteins and then your minerals. When you learn how to do your own ration, you can push your forages. So, the forages are your corn silage and your triticale. And that's pretty much all the fiber in the food that the gut really needs. And as a farmer, you
Mhm.
want to push your forages. Now, the real feed guys would love to push grains more because that's their product. But as a farmer, when you want to push forages in the diet because it's healthier. So to combine that with the higher quality protein gives you control over your cost as a farmer, but also the quality of the feed.
To have everything set in place and run on a system, you definitely would have more control. What problem were you trying to solve for farmers when you started developing this type of feed?
So the main problem that we had, we wanted to have these extruders was too much oil coming from soybeans. So the reason that we have soybeans on our farm is because we can grow our forages in the winter and then conventional farmers would put alfalfa as a forage and that's cutting 4 times a year. We replaced this with growing our forage in the winter. So instead of cutting 4 times a year, you have a harvester going, you have 4 tractors going. You're only chopping once in the spring and following up with an oil seed. So for the environment, we're out there way less with the tractor, cutting, mowing, tedding, and there is a growing crop in the ground in the winter. And so the soil life is still alive. So that's really the reason that we wanted to combine forages and oil seeds on our soil and
Mhm,
then extrude. So our main mission and focus was to perfect it for ourselves, for our own soil and for our
mhm.
own diet for the cows. And we share this with fellow farmers.
I like how you're stating that not only you're trying to perfect your craft or the feeding for the cows to make it a better environment. I heard you say that the regular feedings are producing more oil, which you guys were trying to prevent by using the soy. I'm not a farmer. This is all new to me, so please forgive me if I sound a little weird, but this is a history lesson for me as well, guys. I'm really enjoying this. I like how you're breaking it down and giving us the farming 101 here on how you and your family are making this a better environment. What are your high stake moments on your farm side of the food chain that people don't see? How do you guys prevent that if you are able to prevent with your soy and your robotic system?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is our hexane-free soy meal. So
Okay,
when
got
you
it.
you look at the human side, our oil is extruded. Conventional oil is extruded in Hamilton or in large 90% of all the soy products out there are extruded with hexane. It should really spark. And I learned this when my husband started with the mechanical press. I said, "What is hexane?" So I looked it up and it's
Right.
difficult to find. I'm Googling it and there was only a few websites,
Oh,
but it's
wow.
basically diesel. And I found a website, hexanefree.com. And this
Oh.
lady is saying that a lot of neurological problems in humans and even
Hmm.
fertility issues are created by hexane traces in our food. So it's such a large industry that it's hushed people don't want to talk about it, but we see it in the farm. the cows, the fertility rates are still increasing. And we've been feeding it now for 2 years. And
Oh, that
then
is good.
humans, we're a smaller animal, we're a smaller being. We
Mhm.
are just as sensitive to it, to vaccine. I just find that I said to my husband, I was researching it. I said to him, this is bigger than us. Like this
Yeah.
whole way of extracting oils. So it feels
Wow.
great to have these oils for sale and hexane free expeller pressed soybean and canola oil. So, there is this warning that people should stay away from oil seeds, but look, how is it processed first? People don't like to
Yeah.
talk about it, but it's an issue. And then another thing that I was thinking about is the intolerances of milk that people have experienced. We are working really hard in the farm to genetically produce A2A2 milk. So A2A2 milk just
Yeah.
means that it is a better protein for the body to digest. And we are focusing on BB protein
Ah.
in the milk. And this just means that there is more cheese per liter of milk in the milk from these cows that have these genetic traits. So that's really exciting how you can make a positive, healthy impact on people when you consume our products, our milk from the cows.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I'm getting really excited on this part of the episode because I can definitely relate. I really like how you touched on the neurodivergency with the infertility. That really hits home because I remember a report I had to do in my studies on neurodiversity, and I found some research that also covered, well, it was mainly about the pollutants in the air. It's really sad that they have limited information on that, but it's great that you were able to find some type of literature on that because, yes, it's very scary as far as what we're putting in our bodies, per se. And when I was pregnant, I have three little ones, by the way, but they have neurodivergent disorders as well. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? And was it something that I did? But to hear you state that with the farming industry as well, with your cows, it's just amazing how you can have humans versus animals that are experiencing the same thing. And I also like how you and your family are creating new ways and researching new ways to perfect your milk supply so it can be healthier for those that have allergies or just want a healthier lifestyle with their dairy products. So, if you could redesign the future of dairy from the ground up, what would it look like for farmers, animals, and families at the dinner table?
Love that question because this is our passion. This is what we're working for.
Yeah.
Our the perfect dairy farm. The cows have more space. They have free laying space. We get rid of all the pesticides in the feed, and the manure, the liquid manure, is brought to the standing crop. And I think I said a lot there, but this model that we're really passionately working towards is better
Hmm.
for the animal. It's better for the environment. It's better product coming out. So for like for us people, you'll have cleaner milk products. Everybody wins. And that's our passion. That's where we're working towards.
You heard that, guys. Cleaner manure. You guys are just all around great. This sounds like a really happy form. And yes, I agree. You should definitely do all that it takes to get everything going. I just love how you guys sound like you have a passion for what you do and want to be the best at it. No, where can the listeners connect with you?
Yeah, so we have a really great presence on our Instagram page. So Rosegaar Dairy, Rosegaar, Rosegaar Dairy on Instagram.
Okay.
So yeah, and then we have Facebook and YouTube as well, but Instagram is really booming. So that's great.
Awesome, awesome. You heard it, guys. There are ways to connect. I know you guys that are listening are going to be really excited to learn more and check out all of the social media platforms and be more excited about the greener planet and the way that the farmers are doing what they're doing out there. It really has me thinking. I know a lot of you probably don't even take the time to think about what's in my food or how it's being processed or made. I always like to ask all of my guests, what is your favorite meal to make if you cook, or your family, by the way, for the listeners to hear?
Steak with butter, mushrooms, and fried onions.
Oh my gosh, now we can be best friends, okay? I am a steak lover as well. I love steak, but I'm more a fan of roast. Oh my gosh, I love steak, but yeah, garlic butter, anything garlicky, buttery, that is my
Yeah.
And that's so yummy. I was so excited to have you on as a guest, and I know the listeners feel the same. But please, guys, please check Miss Rosegaar and her family out. I know you guys are going to be really excited to learn more. And if you're in the Ontario area, check them out as well. And like I said, she has all her websites and all the pertinent information. It'll be listed in the show notes. I've had so much fun today learning about the Rosegaar family feed and how you guys operate and how you keep your cows and your family happy there. And I know that you guys are going to walk away with plenty of nuggets today. Before we go, guys, I'd also like to give you my contact information. You can reach me at April3802 at outlook.com. I also have my Instagram page that's Coopie, COOPIES. American cuisine and seafood. And I also have my YouTube. It's April Fontenot 9354. Let's Talk Food podcast. And also before you go, guys, if you would like to be in the hot seat where I am and start your very own podcast, well, guess what, guys? Podbean is offering a 30-day free trial. That's right, 30 days free for unlimited business hosting. And the promo code is Podbean PB New. Podbean.com PB New, guys, for those of you that are interested in doing your own show. And like I always say, guys, don't do anything that I won't do. Kiss on those babies out there. Love on everyone. Be a helping hand and go learn something new like I've learned today and we've learned today on the show. You guys have a blessed week out there. Be safe. You've been listening to the Let's Talk Food podcast. I'm your host, Chef April Fontenot. Peace, light, and love. Have a great week. Bye.